Without further ado, it's time to check on the weather with Stuart Hall.
Steelers, for 35 years, I haven't been nervous. Tonight, I'm nervous. That's the way it goes. But conditions are improving for skiers, with snow continuing to fall in the mountains. Jay Peak reporting 10 inches of new snow. Also good for the cross-countryers. And here's the report this evening. Starting in northern sections, you find new snow is there, and conditions are improving. Green to blue is expected. Is the wax you should use. The Catamount Family Center, however, is closed due to the weather. In the central sections, they're all open. Use green or possibly blue. Now, in the Midwest and northern plains, high winds are hitting hard today. In the windy city of Chicago, just walking was a major effort. The high winds whipped downtown streets, preventing even closing of car doors if you haven't got inside. In Minneapolis, there was considerable wind damage, brick walls down, and a satellite dish at a crazy angle. Yanktown, South Dakota, had the highest gust at 75 miles an hour. These winds are heading in our direction, but should be considerably reduced in speed when they get here. Now this brief message. Yesterday in Burlington, the average temperature 32 was 15 degrees warmer than the long-term average for the date. There were 33-degree days. So far this season, 4.6% colder than average. Around the North Country this evening, look at our map. We have light snow flurries going on at the present time. At 5 o'clock, our readings have a pretty good spread. Pretty chilly up here at Caribou. There are a cold spot tonight at 19 degrees, into the 20s and some 30s, and the upper 30s in the southern section. 36 at Boston and Providence, and 37 here at New York is our warmest. But the cool spots now rise out here into Buffalo because cold air is coming in from the west, and we'll start to feel that for the next few days. Now, around our immediate viewing area, here are our temperatures this evening. 20s here, ranging from 20 at Lake Placid up to 29 degrees at St. Johnsbury. In the central to southern sections, we have 20s and 30s. 28 degrees and 24 degrees are our cool spots, ranging up to 32 at Rutland City. The low last night at the Burlington weather station was 32 degrees. Another warm night. That was 24 degrees above average. The record low of 23 below was set in 1968. Our high today, 34, 8 degrees warmer than average. The record high, 55, occurred in 1980. In Burlington, the temperature 31 degrees under cloudy skies. Excuse me, humidity 82%, barometer 29.36 inches and rising. Winds are from the southwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tomorrow should be westerly, about 15 to 30. So they'll be picking up, and they'll be gusty at times, and there'll be a pretty good wind chill, too. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:27 and setting at 4:36. On top of Mount Mansfield, the low and present temperature 15, a good indication of cold air coming in. The high was 22. 5 inches of new snow, 47 inches at the stake near the top of the mountain. There are quite a few clouds around the North Country. There are some spaces, however, where you have a little bit of clearing going on, and some light precipitation in the form of snow is going on also. Looking at the radar picture, clear skies across the south, very pleasant weather there. Fair and cold in the nation's midsection. A big high-pressure system is there, and more precipitation moving in on the west coast at the present time, and a few showers in southern Texas. Adding the lows and highs to our picture, here's the important object, this high-pressure system of cold weather. Windy conditions across the Great Lakes. And we have troughs that will be coming through for the next 24 hours or so. So they will bring squalls along with them as they do come through. We're looking for periods of snow tonight, a few squalls most likely, an inch or so possible, and another inch or so possible during the day on Saturday. A little bit of sun, we think, mixed in on Saturday also, but it'll be cold and windy, so watch out if you're outside and make sure that your skin is protected. Sunday, we should have this high-pressure ridge coming in, and fair skies are expected for Sunday. But Sunday morning, watch out, the temperatures will be down near 0 or slightly below as that cold air becomes established. So Sunday will be a fairly chilly day, too. But during the first part of the week, the high will start moving off, and a milder trend will start taking over to start out next week. In the West Coast, as mentioned, they've had a lot of rain, but they can use it all because it stores up that water for the summertime for them. Another cold front coming in is dropping heavy rains along the coast. As it gets into the Cascades, heavy snows are falling there. Well, the cold spot in the nation this morning was just 0 degrees, so again, there's no real cold air. This will get some colder air in, though, and we'll have colder temperatures than that by tomorrow morning. That was the cold spot at Gunnison, and 78 degrees at Miami, Florida. That was the nation's warm spot so far today. Let's put our upper wind flow and look, see what that looks like. We have the cold air now flooding across the northern plains. It comes up and loops around that low-pressure system, and that's why that low is hanging around so long and probably will for a good part of tomorrow. The southern jet stream is well across the Gulf of Mexico. Let's put our clouds in motion and watch them for the past 24 hours. First of all, showing the Pacific and Atlantic. And you see the precipitation going ashore in the west coast. And also there's some snow and rain in the northeast. Pretty good shot from 22,300 miles out in space. Temperatures around the country today look like this. You have 70s confined to southern Florida, 70s and 60s and a few 50s there. mild across this region here, pretty chilly across most of the country here, and of course the very cold air up in Canada that's starting to move in our direction. Let's check that map for tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, and see what that looks like. By tomorrow afternoon, we'll still have clouds around. We'll have some sunshine too. Sunday should be a pretty good day, a few flurries, but a lot of sunshine and cold temperatures. Now let's check the forecast. For tonight, periods of snow or flurries, an inch or so possible, lows from 10 to 15 degrees. For Saturday, mixed sun and clouds, windy and cold with snow flurries, highs 15 to 20. Saturday night, partly cloudy and quite cold, lows 5 above to 5 below. Sunday, mixed sun and clouds, highs 15 to 20. Monday should be mixed sun and clouds, but generally fair, highs in the 20s. Tuesday, a chance of snow in the north and snow or rain in the south, the highs getting up to 30 to 35. Wednesday, chance of snow in the far north and rain elsewhere as the temperatures climb to 35 to 40. It's just about time to say adieu now, and the retirement has been a difficult decision for me to make. I've loved doing what I've been doing for the past 35 years. Some people writing say, how come you're retiring at such a young age? Well, I must look younger than I am. I'm 68 and I'll be 69 next month. So you see, I have a pretty good reason for retiring. It's why I was some time to do some things I want to do other than this. I'd like to thank a few people, first of all to my family for all the good-natured ribbing they've had over the years. Why doesn't your dad do something about the weather or your husband do something about the weather? But they really haven't minded. Thanks to my co-workers for the past 35 years who have put up with me and helped cover up my mistakes when they happen. Also, thanks to the Weather Service people. They've been most helpful to me over the years. Good friends like George Adamson and Bill Grady and Pete Donaldson, and especially Jack Hummel, the former chief out there, who's the most knowledgeable person I know about North Country weather, and who has so willingly shared his knowledge and experience with me to help make me a better weather reporter. Thanks to my cooperative observers from all around this area who've been so faithful in reporting all the unusual weather that occurs in their area, the cold temperatures, the hot temperatures, sundogs, whatever, double rainbows. We've had a lot of fun with that. I have a good replacement waiting to take over, Sharon Meyer, who's been doing the late weather for so long, so very capably. She's a very creative person, and I know she will have the same format and a lot of good, interesting things to tell you about through the years. And Bob Cox will do the 11, and we'll have a new meteorologist on the weekend. Laura Hogan will be with us, too. I'll probably substitute from time to time when needed, so I'll be seeing you now and then. I had some wonderful people to work with here, real professionals. Tony Adams, a real great sports person and also a fine person, too. And also Richard Gallagher, a great newsman, and Marcellus, that I really had fun with working for the past 2 years. Marcellus is a fine newsman and also a very good person. And thanks to so many beautiful letters that I've had the past few days. These were from your heart, I know, and they went right to my heart. My wife and I had a tearful time last night reading them, and I'll treasure them always. And if I ever get down in the dumps in the future years, I'll take them out, and they'll lift my spirits once again. So I guess it is time now to say adieu to you. And I'm leaving in good time, in good health, and with your good wishes. I'll use my closing line I used for so many years. This is the weather. This is the time. Time to say so long till we meet again. Good night.
Not quite so fast. We have someone here, Stuart, who worked with you back in the 50s, who represents many of the people who worked with you. In fact, she represents the entire state of Vermont, who wants to say goodbye.
Oh, Madeline, bless you.
Stuart, I just wanted to thank you, and on behalf of the people of the state of Vermont, I have a proclamation that declares Stuart Hall Day, and I will read it. Whereas Stuart Hall has for 35 years predicted when the sun would shine over the state of Vermont, and whereas for 35 years Stuart Hall has also predicted when the rain would fall and the snow would fly, and whereas Stuart Hall has never claimed perfection in predicting Vermont's weather, but nonetheless has courageously faced Vermonters night after night and always given his best, rain or shine, I now therefore, Madeline M. Cunin, Governor of the state of Vermont, hereby proclaim January 12, 1990, Stuart Hall Day in the state of Vermont, and ask all citizens to join with me in expressing our heartfelt appreciation for a man who for more than 3 decades has been an important part of our Vermont family. Thank you.
Really touched me. You really touched me.
Well, I'm here for
thank
everybody.
You so much.
You're terrific. Thank
you very much, Governor.
Thank you.
Right. What can you say? I'll just say thanks for everything, for all your good wishes, and I'll never forget you. Thanks so much, and good night.